Hi all, Renee here. I am here today to show you my cards that I made using Kendra's card challenge number 14. If you want to learn more about this card challenge, I will leave a link down below to Kendra's video where she explains it all. And it's a 3-month challenge, and you can enter once each month. So these will be my cards to enter for April. So before I get started, I'm just going to show you the supplies that I used. I used some just basic dies, some circles. This is a stitch rectangle, but any rectangle would work for what I used it for. This is an old retired die from close to my heart that I use, that I really love using. I love using this one for shaker cards, which is what I did this time. Then this was actually new, but it was so popular, it's sold out completely. And since Close to My Heart is going out of business, they are not going to be restocking it. But if you have this die set, I used several pieces, and I'm sure you'll notice them when I come to them. The other thing is I use the April stamp of the month, which is available. It's called Little Hedgehogs. I didn't have the dies, so I did have to fussy cut. It's kind of hard to see, but I will have a link down to my online store, which you can shop there through April 30th, midnight Mountain Time, April 30th. And then after that, it will no longer be available. I will be moving over to Stampin' Up. So starting on May 1st, you'll be able to shop Stampin' Up items with me, and I will give you more information as that comes closer and I have the information to give. And then I used also this stamp set. This is from one of the Cut Above card kits. This was the January-April, which I haven't made yet, but I am going to be doing that shortly. This was on clearance. I don't believe it's available anymore, and there's quite a few things going liquidation right now. So I would highly suggest go check out my website, go to the clearance section on my website, see what's there, and if you see anything you want, I recommend getting it immediately, because I've heard so many people say, oh, I put it in my cart and then I went and made dinner, and when I came back, it was gone because it was sold out. So things are selling out quickly. But anyway, this is a stamp set from this card kit. So I did use some of these stamps as well. I love these card kits, and I'm really excited because Stampin' Up! Also has card kits. So you know I'm going to try those out. Now, the other thing I'm trying to do to get ready for more supplies from Stampin' Up! Is I'm trying to use up a bunch of paper that I had. This is an old Doodlebug design. So if you're looking for it, I don't even think it's available anymore. It's Hello Sunshine. I think I got this maybe at Hobby Lobby, or possibly I picked it up at what are those called? The oh, I can't even think of the name of it. The Stamp Scrapbook Expo, I think is what they're called. I may have picked it up there. But anyway, you can look online. The paper was really fun. It made a lot of really bright cards. So I'm going to show you this particular challenge. She gives you cutting guides, and she gives you what you call it. My goodness, where are my words today? Card sketches, and then you go from there. So here is card number 1. Let me make sure I'm getting in the camera. Here's card number 1. Turned out so cute with that little hedgehog. And I colored all of my hedgehogs and some of the flowers that I used. I colored those all with my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers. All of the solid color cardstock and the white cardstock is Close to My Heart cardstock. Sadly, a lot of the cardstock is already sold out. If you really like Close to My Heart cardstock, which I do, it cuts amazing in the Cricut. I'm just saying. You may want to go see what's left and grab some, because yeah, it's going fast. But anyway, so I used some oval dies, which I did not pull those dies out to show those to you, but they're just basic oval dies. And I love this layout with these two, and it was actually really easy to do. So that's card number 1. Card number 2 is very similar to the last one, and I matched the flower on that the hedgehog's holding on this one to the background paper. Oh, and I also used some Sakura Jelly Roll pens. I used black, and then I used the white to do the eyes and to make it a little shiny. I don't think it's going to pick it up on my camera, but his nose and his eyes are shiny. And then I used just a fine, what kind of a pen was it? I can't even remember. It was a fine felt tip pen, and just drew some little lines there just to give it a little more dimension. I thought that was fun. So that's card number 2. Card number 3, I love this design. I gotta quit moving this card out of the way. I love this design. It is going to be awesome for scraps. This was such an easy design to make. The one thing that I did differently that she didn't have in the instructions or in the sketch was, instead of gluing these guys down, I glued it to a background piece to make it easier, and then I put the background piece on this piece. I was just having a hard time getting it exactly where I wanted it, and that way I just put it on a piece of white paper and then I cut it down. Made it really super simple. So that's card 3. Card 4, I love this card, and again, this would be another one to use with scraps. Love this. And this little postage stamp die that came in that that die set that's no longer available, I think that's going to be one of my new favorites, and there's 2 sizes to it. So if you were able to get that die set, good on you. You're going to love this. And then card number 5, really, really sweet. Again, this is from that die set. And I love this sentiment. That sentiment came from that other stamp set from the card kit. So card kits are so great for stamped sentiments, because that's what they're made for, is the sentiments. So I love that. This one here is another one that's really good to use all of your skinny scraps. And I don't think I put it in the same exact order as it was on the card sketch, but you can do anything you want. And this would be really fun just to do with solid color cardstocks, and then use some of your stamps to make your own paper. Really, really fun. And then that circle and the flower were both from that die set. This one was really fun. This is the flower and the leaves that are from the Hedgehog stamp set. Now, if you do have the Hedgehog stamp set and you have the dies, to get this look, you're going to have to hand cut it closer to the edge. And you don't have to be precise, because all you need to do is go as close to the edge as you can, but still leaving a little bit of the black, and then go around it with a black felt tip pen and just cover up all of the white that's showing, and it looks so spectacular. So there's that. This one I thought was really fun, and I used a little flower. I had cut that flower out for another card, and it just didn't work for where I wanted to put it. So I just used it here to add up to a little bit. This sentiment right here was actually cut from the paper line. The paper line itself, Doodlebug does this quite a bit, is a couple pages in their papers are going to have sentiments or other little pictures. Usually they're too small, and I can't really use them, so I use the other side of the paper, but this one worked out perfectly. And I don't think I said, but most of these cards are going to be sent to Operation Gratitude. So that's why most of them are very, very simple sentiments. And this one has no sentiment at all. I loved this little picture of the 2 hedgehogs holding a flower. And by the time I put it on here, I'm like, there's no room for a sentiment. If I put a sentiment on here, it's just gonna look too much. So I just left it blank. I thought it was cute, so I left it blank. I love this one. This is probably one of my favorites if I had to pick favorites. I really like the way this came out. Great way to use up very small pieces of scrap, because the majority of this card is solid cardstock. I did rub the edges of some white cardstock to get a background, because I ran out of this journey paper. So that's actually, that blue background you see is actually the ink pad rubbed on white paper. So it works great. If you don't have the right color paper, try it out. It doesn't work if you're doing like a big thing, because it'll get kind of splotchy, but sometimes that's a nice look too. So just try it out, see what you can make happen. Okay, this one was really fun too. I used all of my circle dies. And all of these little embellishments are just things I had in my stash. Like I said, I'm really trying to clear out my stash because I have a very small craft area. If you're ever interested in seeing my craft area, I can try to do a video for you. It's very small, it's very compact, and if you are a neat freak, it will probably drive you crazy because it is full. So, and I'm also an adult fan of Lego, so my craft space is full of Lego as well as paper crafting and crochet and cross stitch and all the things, But anyway, this is a really cute card too. I'm getting off the subject here. So I thought this was I saw someone else do this where they took the hedgehog and instead of cutting them out, they just did a circle and cut off part of the hedgehog. And it actually turned out really cute. And then this hello was from this stamp set. And let me show you. I think I used it on another one as well. So it was right here and it says hello friend. Actually, I should have left that together so you can see. It says hello friend. Well, I didn't want the friend. So I just did some stamp surgery and cut it. Feel free to cut your photopolymer stamps. There's no problem with cutting them. And if you ever want it back together again, it fits together perfectly. But I thought that was a great little spot to put the hello. And I love this design. This design was really fun. So there's that one. Here's this one. I like this one, but I think I would do something a little bit different next time because I don't like having all three of these the exact same paper. After I glued it down, I was like, oh, I don't like that very much. I thought about using my markers and just coloring them to make them different shades, but I was so worried that I would get it elsewhere on the card. So I just left it alone. But if I use this design again, which I may because it does use some pretty small pieces and you can use up some of your scraps, I think I will do these three in different colors. Now this one's really fun. It is a shaker card. Now, as usual, when I make a shaker card, after I'm done and I stick it all down, I'm like, oh, I should have put more shakers in there. This is no different. Someday I will put enough shaker elements in a shaker card. But this one has some little gems, some little beads. I put some sequins in there. And then I had some sequins that are not sequins, just embellishments that look like little music notes. And I thought that would be perfect for a happy birthday card. So I love the way that one came out. And then my final one, I love this one. It is so sweet. And I thought very seriously about using some embroidery thread and sewing around the edge of these hearts. And I will probably use this design again, and I will do that. I will sew around with just some embroidery thread and make a little bow because I think that would be so cute. And this, as long as you're using a sharp needle, and just one strand of thread, I think it will go through with no problem. If anyone has done that, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've used this die set that way. I'm going to give it a try. But so this is the very last card. Can't fit them all on my table, so we'll just put it there. So that is all of my cards for Kendra's Card Challenge for April. Let me know which one is your favorite. And here, I'll do this right here. And excuse this, my little table is breaking. I need to fix that. Let me know which one of these was your favorite. And here is a QR code. Let's see if I can get it in the screen. I don't know if it'll work if you hold your phone up to it and do the QR code to get to Kendra's. Otherwise, I will leave a link down below to Kendra's video where you can learn more about the card challenge and how to get involved. I will also leave a link below to my Close to My Heart shop. There will also be a link to my blog. GabbySews.com is my blog. Most of the information on my blog is just links to these videos so people can find them. But as soon as I know what my information is on Stampin' Up! And how you can find me there, I will go ahead and I will put that information on my blog so you can find it. And I'll probably redesign my blog a little bit and make it like a pull down off the top so it won't be so hard to find. But I hope you follow me and come with me over to Stampin' Up! If you already have a Stampin' Up! Consultant, or I'm sorry, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I got to learn new technology or new verbiage. I don't want to steal you from them. So please stay with your demonstrator. But if you would like to come with me over to Stampin' Up, I will have some other videos. I'll have some information on my blog. And as always, my private Facebook group is a great place for information. It's also a place for you to share what you have made. I highly encourage everyone to post pictures and let people know how they made things. I love seeing what you've made. And I will also put over there information about Stampin' Up. Now, one additional thing about Stampin' Up is they have purchased some of Close to My Heart's products. We will be offering those in May and June. Those will only be available through a former Close to My Heart maker, which would be me, or if you have another maker, go with them if they've gone to Stampin' Up. But just so you know, that's the only way you're going to be able to get those items. I'm not quite sure how they're going to show up. So I will give you more information when that comes out. So with that, I'm going to go. I'm rambling now. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.